When you sign up with a payment processor, whether that's via a sales organization or directly with the payment processor themselves, you're sort of handing your payment security over to these guys to manage. So you want to make sure whoever you're selecting is PCI compliant, that they have a SOC 2 audit that they've completed, that they're willing to share this information with you so that you know that it's been done. And keep in mind that from the small business perspective, you do have PCI compliance regulations you have to follow yourself. You can't, for instance, write people's credit card numbers down on pieces of paper and keep them around the office. So there are things that you as a small business are still responsible for from a security perspective, but generally speaking, a lot of that is handed off to the payment processor. So PCI compliance is really related to storage of information related to the payment itself. So you don't store payment card information. So you don't want to store card numbers. You don't want to store expiration dates. You don't want to store CVV values. These are kinds of things that don't get stored in the clear. Now, you can store a card number in an encrypted fashion, but you can't store all the other data, surrounding the transaction. A SOC 2 audit is really that the payment processor has processes and procedures in place to follow for their business in making sure they have business continuity, that they manage resources that they hire and terminate, that they have processes around security, processes around backup. And the audit comes along and makes sure that they actually are following all of these processes and procedures that they put in place. Now, selecting the right processor can really make for a great experience, or it can make for a horrible experience. So you should always check references and ask about customer service for the inevitable things that are going to always come up after you're already a customer. If can you actually call somebody and get somebody on the phone, for example, or is customer service all handled via an email to somebody you don't really ever get to speak to that knows nothing about your business? So these are all sort of important things, and they matter depending on what kind of relationship you expect to have with that payment processor. So I am the Chief Technology Officer at Markaaz, and so my role here is to ensure that the technology that we put together will provide the small business what they're looking for and helping them in their day-to-day business operations, helping them with integrating and interfacing with financial institutions, leasing companies, businesses that might help them with financing, et cetera. So we are working very hard to make sure that we provide the right tools for the small business to make sure they're successful. And my role is to help make sure that technology for that is in place.